Check one, two.
So get out of here with them weak ass shoes, yo.
Balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love.
What's up, Balls Deep fam, to another edition of Balls Deep, where we dive balls deep in the hottest stories in sports. Today, I bring to you breaking news out of New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints have announced that Jameis Winston will be their QB1 for Week 1 when the regular season rolls around. And if you follow Balls Deep, you know in my NFC South breakdown, I said that Jameis Winston would probably be my choice for QB1 out there in New Orleans. And I don't know if they heard me, but they made the announcement, and he's their guy. If you watched the preseason game against the Jaguars, it was a phenomenal performance, and you know it's hard to deny the guy the opportunity to start after what you've seen. And I think that it's a great opportunity for not only Jameis but Sean Payton and the Saints, because Jameis and Sean Payton are exactly what the other needs at this point in their career. You'll be able to see a much different offense this upcoming season with Jameis under the helm than you have in years past with Drew Brees. And you got a glimpse of it and were shown flashes of it in the preseason game. It incorporated a lot of deep ball action, some deep ball plays, and they were unable to do so with Drew Brees on the helm with age. With Drew Brees getting up there in age, his arm strength declining. They just were unable to incorporate that as much as they would have liked, and I think this will allow them to stretch the field a bit, just because of Jameis's talents and arm ability. And I think you'll see the best version of Jameis Winston in New Orleans. Why? Because he had a year to sit back behind Drew Brees and focus on the mental part of the game, watch film, and watch Drew Brees prepare, whether that prepare for a game, and just watch him perform week in and week out. So he'll be able to see what one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the game does on a weekly basis, and basically use what he thinks can be beneficial to his game and incorporate it. And a lot of that will be beneficial will be the decision making. He's gonna be forcing a lot less passes and decide to just check down to the running back or throw it away and live to play another down, which he wasn't really doing much in Tampa. In the 5 years in Tampa that he was a starter, he threw over 4,000 yards. 3 of those 5 years, over 3,000 yards. 4 of those 5 years, and that 1 year that he didn't throw over 3,000 yards, he was probably like less than 10 yards away from 3,000 yards. So you don't do that in the league if you're not talented. The guy threw for 33 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards in his last season with Tampa. And if you look at those numbers, you're like, oh, he's a starting caliber quarterback. However, he also followed that with 30 interceptions. And a lot of that was because of his decision making. And now I understand why that may have happened. Tampa didn't have the greatest offensive line. I mean, hence why they went out and drafted Tristan Wirfs to protect Tom Brady after they acquired Tom Brady in free agency. Yes, he had Godwin and Evans. He had, the playmakers, but he also didn't have a run game. His best running back while he was there in Tampa was Doug Martin, and he was, on the decline at that of his career. So, and he wasn't even there the entire tenure that Jameis was there. So now coming over to New Orleans, while he was there, they were playing from behind a lot. Defenses weren't really stacking the box, so he was forced to pass. and he was forced to try to make things happen, and that led to a lot of turnovers. Whereas now you bring it over to New Orleans, they have one of the best offensive lines in the league, so it allows him time in the pocket to make those decisions. He has one of the best running backs in the league in Alvin Kamara, so if he needs to check down, he can. The defenses were going to be focusing on him, so it'll allow him to utilize his strengths in throwing the ball down the field. Down the field. And once you bring Michael Thomas back, that'll bring him a big body receiver that he once had in Mike Evans. So until then, he's going to have to utilize what he can with the playmakers that they have. But who's to say that he won't be able to? I mean, they have a great offensive mind in Sean Payton and a play caller in Sean Payton. I think he'll be able to, manage to make things happen. But the choice of making Jameis Winston QB1 also allows them to continue to use Taysom Hill as in his typical role, which is a do-it-all gadget player. And I think making him, if you would have made Taysom Hill the quarterback one, you would have been unable to utilize that as much as you will be now. So I think to finish the season, Jameis Winston will be in the running for comeback player of the year. And I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes the season as a top 10, top 15 QB in the league. So please comment and let me know what you think of the decision, what you expect from Jameis Winston now that he's been announced the QB1 in New Orleans. And make sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You're talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. We're talking about balls deep in love. I'm talking about balls deep. My boy's talking about balls deep. We're talking about balls deep in love.